I'm Lexi.
I'm Caitlin.
We are jewelry designers.
We met her junior year, my sophomore year, and it was kind of our way to gain independence and to take the bus. It was our one thing that we had in common was to go to the bead store and make jewelry.
Yeah, we were 15 and 16 at the time, and so the one hobby that we both really had that got us out of the house was going and taking the bus and going to the bead shop downtown, and we would just make things, and at the time it was really the only thing we had in common, but we had so much fun together, and that just grew and grew and grew, and it's been 7 or 8 years now. It's pretty eclectic. We both have very different tastes. We both do a lot of wire wrapping, but in very different ways. So most of what we work with is going to be your earth metals. We use a lot of copper. We do use a lot of sterling when we can. Lots of earthy tones.
You use more earthy tones.
Yeah.
I like fun poppy colors.
Yeah, her stuff's always really, really loud and bright and pretty and colorful and girly, and mine is always sort of muted and earthy, but usually she likes to have a plan, and I usually just go from one piece or one idea, and she'll ask me, what are you gonna do with that? How's that gonna look? What's that gonna be? I'm always kind of like, I don't know, we'll see, I'm just gonna go with it, but the creation is always a lot of fun for both of us. We each sort of assist when we can with the other's projects, so we wind up with a pretty eclectic collection overall with different bits of each of our styles and tastes.
I'm the girl with the plan. I see a piece and I'm like, oh, I could do this. Mm-hmm. And it ends up being that. Yeah. Hers, she works with it for days and it winds up being something.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, we never have a hard time distinguishing. Also, we both just fall head over heels in love with everything that we make. So we know each individual piece is close to each of our hearts. So it's never tough to know, which one we did, when we did it, and where the inspiration came from. For both of us, we spend as much time as we can outdoors. Most of what we do has some influence from nature one way or another, whether it's something like an animal print, or I like to work with a lot of greens and blues.
Work with pearls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's also a painter and does a lot of dusky sort of things, so she likes to use a lot of pinks and purples as well. Mm-hmm. But really, for me, the creative process usually starts from one individual piece, one bead or one centerpiece or one style of chain or something that I really, really like, and I need to make a whole piece to fit that one item. So that's really for me. And then you, I think, like to structure from beginning to end and go from like a color scheme.
Yeah, I go with a color scheme or a collection of beads and figure out what I want to do with it.
We'll see. This is our first showcase, so it's going to be an experience, but it's really exciting, and hopefully 2 years from now we'll be doing more. We'll learn about what it means to be a professional jewelry designer, and if that takes us down a career path, then rock on, and if it doesn't, then we'll kind of see. Caitlin's still finishing school, and I'm working on my career path elsewhere, so we'll see where the hobby takes us.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Lexi, and we are Raw Artists.